Stop scrolling. Imagine a Corvette that doesn't just murder lap times, but also hauls your track tires, tools, and weekend toys in the back. This is the Corvette Pickup 2026, and it might be the wildest twist in American performance since the mid-engine Stingray. Welcome back to New Car Insider. I'm your host, and today we're asking one insane question. What happens when you bolt a truck bed to a supercar sole? Let's find out. The idea sounds ridiculous at first, but the more you look at it, the more it makes sense. The mid-engine Corvette rewrote the rulebook on what an American sports car can be. Now, the Corvette Pickup 2026 takes that performance DNA and injects it straight into the booming performance truck scene. You're getting the drama of a Stingray, the stance of an off-road monster, and the usefulness of a mid-size bed, all under one very angry set of taillights. From the rear, this thing is pure theater. Quad exhaust tips, massive off-road tires, and Corvette lettering stretched across the tailgate make one statement. This is not a rebadged Silverado. The fenders flare out to cover those wide tires. The bumper is carved for departure angles, and the LED taillights echo the Stingray's shape. It looks like someone took a C8, hit widen in Photoshop, and then made it real metal. Move to the side profile and the proportions get even more interesting. The cab is low and sleek, more sports coupe than work truck, while the bed is short, high-sided, and clearly designed more for lifestyle gear than drywall. Think track wheels, mountain bikes, surfboards, or a couple of dirt bikes rather than pallets and gravel. The ride height is jacked up just enough to give serious ground clearance, especially when paired with an off-road package. But the roofline still slices the air like a supercar. Under the skin, you'd expect the Corvette Pickup 2026 to lean heavily on the Stingray's mid-engine architecture. That means a naturally aspirated V8 or a high-output hybrid setup mounted behind the cab, sending power through a dual-clutch transmission to the rear wheels, or potentially to all four in an advanced performance-oriented AWD system. Imagine launch control with the traction of a truck tire and the revs of a Corvette V8. That combination promises 0 to 60 times that would humiliate most traditional muscle trucks and quite a few supercars. Chassis tuning is where this thing really has to earn its badge. Corvette is known for precision handling, while trucks are usually about capability and comfort. Here, engineers would go for a multi-link rear suspension and adaptive dampers that can soften up for daily cruising, then firm into track or canyon carving mode. In an off-road configuration, selectable drive modes could recalibrate throttle, traction control, and damping for sand, mud, or rock. It's a Swiss Army knife. Track toy on Friday night, off-road hero on Saturday, Home Depot run on Sunday. Step inside and you're greeted by a cabin that's far closer to a sports car than a contractor rig. The driver-focused cockpit wraps around you with a low seating position, squared-off steering wheel, and a fully digital instrument cluster that can flip between track data, off-road telemetry, and everyday navigation. Materials lean toward leather, Alcantara, and carbon fiber rather than hard plastics. Yet the rear of the cab offers clever storage behind the seats, hooks for helmets or backpacks, and maybe even a small lockable compartment connecting to the bed. Perfect for stowing camera gear or tools out of sight. Technology is very much at the center of the experience. Expect a large central touchscreen with the latest infotainment interface, wireless smartphone mirroring, over-the-air updates, and a performance data recorder for on-track sessions. Driver assist tech like adaptive cruise, lane keeping, and 360-degree cameras makes this wide-body brute easier to maneuver in tight parking lots and on narrow trails. Cameras pointed at the bed and hitch area help with loading bikes, hooking up a trailer, or just flexing on Instagram without denting anything. Now let's talk practicality. Compared to a full-size truck, the Corvette Pickup's bed is shorter, but what it loses in pure volume, it gains in cleverness. Integrated tie-down rails, hidden storage bins, a sprayed-in liner, and a configurable tailgate, possibly with a fold-down step or work surface, mean you can actually use it. It's the perfect size for lifestyle gear, small trailers, and track support equipment. If you're the kind of buyer who already owns a Corvette in a separate truck, This aims to replace both with one outrageous toy. On the road, the Corvette Pickup 2026 should feel like nothing else. You'd sit higher than in a standard Stingray, seeing over traffic, but the steering, throttle response, and braking would still be tuned for precision, not fluff. In comfort mode, it cruises quietly, soaking up expansion joints and allowing you to daily drive it without chiropractor visits. Switch to sport or track mode and the exhaust valves open. The suspension hunkers down, the steering weights up, and the truck feels like it shrinks around you, suddenly eager to attack corners or long straights. From a value and image standpoint, this thing would be pure halo product. It's not for everyone, and that's exactly the point. It targets buyers who love the Corvette brand but want more versatility, or truck owners who want something far more special than a typical muscle truck. Pricing would sit above a standard Stingray and in line with high-end performance pickups. But in return, you're getting exclusivity, design drama, and a spec sheet that reads like a dare. So who is the Corvette Pickup 2026 really for? It's for the track day junkie who also camps at the infield, the content creator who needs to carry gear but refuses to blend in, the car enthusiast who grew up with posters of Corvettes on the wall but now actually needs a truck, yet refuses to give up the thrill of a proper sports car. It doesn't try to replace a half-ton work truck or a pure supercar. It lives in its own crazy niche, and that's the whole charm. In the end, the Corvette Pickup 2026 is less about solving a problem and more about making a statement. It says performance can be practical, practicality can be exciting, and the Corvette badge doesn't have to be limited to low-slung coupes. It's bold, it's polarizing, and that's exactly why it has everyone talking. Tell me in the comments, would you trade a traditional Corvette for this, or would you rather keep your sports car and buy a separate truck? If you enjoyed this wild dive into the Corvette Pickup 2026, hit that like button, subscribe to New Car Insider, and ring the bell so you don't miss our next look at the future of performance trucks and supercar mashups. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next review.